to Bizemag podcast launched by Business Strategy e-magazine and L'strategyq Advisors. Myself, Dr. Vaneeta Aggarwal, CEO and founder of these two companies. Today, our guest is Juliya Royston. Before I introduce her to you, I would kindly request all my audience to please subscribe our channel. The link is given below this video. So, let me welcome Juliya to our show.
Thank you for having me.
I will briefly introduce Juliya to my audience. Juliya Royston spends her days doing what she loves: writing, publishing, speaking, and coaching others to tell, introduce, and create businesses, surrounding their messages to the world. That's her why. Her companies, BK Royston Publishing LLC, Juliya Royston Enterprises, Royal Media and Publishing, and Royston Book Fairs are the conduits that support all of her clients' endeavors. To date, Julia has written 60 books, recorded 3 music CDs, and coached more than 200 to write and publish books, as well as establish their own businesses. She is the host of Live Your Best Life, broadcast heard each Sunday morning at 10 a.m. EST, and she hosts the quarterly book business boss podcast heard at www.bookbusinessbosspodcast.com. Welcome, Julia, once more. And my first question to you would be, what inspires to write so many books? I think you have some writing talent, inborn writing talent. And please introduce yourself. Tell something more about yourself, your passion of writing.
Well, first off, thank you so much for having me. I am Dr. Juliya Royston, and all of the bio that she read and all about my companies. But I think more than anything, the literary bug bit me when I was a small child. My mother used to take us to the free public library, probably on at least a bi-monthly basis, to read. So my love of reading started early. My love of writing didn't come till much later. I am remarried now, but I went through a divorce in 1994, and the journaling journey began. Now, surprisingly enough, the journaling was poetry, and I didn't realize I was writing poetry until later. But it had nothing to do with, it's not that sad, depressing poetry, but it was very, as a matter of fact, it was very inspirational and motivational to me. I guess that's where the therapy happened, and really kept me going. So I really enjoyed that. And then in 2007, I basically put my book of poetry. I've only written one. The other books have been everything else. So I think that really kind of started it and carry over from a child, a love of reading. But in business, having a product to sell, having a service, has basically the needs of my clients has basically driven my writing. So, trying my hand at different genres has helped me be a better writing coach. So when I tried my hand at writing romance fiction, then I was better at writing romance. I've read a lot of romance fiction, but it was better at helping me be a better writing coach. So really my writing, I love it, enjoy the creative process, but it also fuels my business. And it also meets the needs of various clients, because when somebody comes with, I've been in business now 13 years. So when somebody comes with something that they need done, and I've never done it before, that's the inspiration for the next writing. So my latest book is Business in the Digital, Online, and Virtual Space. Well, I've been doing that all the time for 13 years. But ever since a global pandemic happened, we have to look at that digital, online, and virtual space totally different than we looked at it before. The needs of it. Some people are in, some people are out. Well, that forced the hand of everybody having to be there, and what that means to your business, whether and what that means to you, and not only your writing business, but any other business. So that has really transformed me from just the love of writing to now business coaching as well as writing coaching.
Great, great inspirational story. Yeah. So, Julia, tell us about your books, which you would like to, enlighten our audience with. Some of your books, or the latest book which you want to talk about. What it is all
Sure.
about. Yeah.
Right. So the latest one, of course, was business in the digital, online, and virtual space. Really doing business and really helping business owners, whether you're a writer or whatever business that you're in. Another book I really want to spotlight um, for just inspirational is Live Your Best Life. It accompanies my brand of my weekly broadcast, but it also is 10 ways to really help you. Help me, it's helped me to live my best life so that I can be all that I was intended to be. Because what my best life is, and what your best life is two different things. And some of the things that help me may help you. And as my grandmothers, they used to say, eat the meat and spit out the bones. So what applies to you, take it and run with it. And then what doesn't, share it with someone else or store it in your online computer. So that's really what Live Your Best Life is not my demands on you. It's just those 10 things that have really helped me. And then as far as children's books, I write children's books too as well. So that's business, that's inspirational. And my latest children's books are Where Granny and Grandpa, that's inspired by COVID for young people who've lost their grandparents, and really being able to commemorate and remember their grandparents throughout every month of the year. And it also teaches about what happens each month of the year as well. So I kind of do literacy and COVID all at the same time. And then the other one is, and I actually have the cover, is the book Bear, and this is just a proof copy of it, but it really goes through and talks about the different genres and spotlights all the genres of reading areas, poetry, etc., and fiction and rhyming and numbers and all of that, to really encourage younger people to read. I also really pride myself on diversity and inclusion, so there's every ethnicity inside the book Bear as well. So I didn't just have African American children, but there are children from all ethnicities included in this book. So the book Bear really highlights not only diverse children, but also diverse genres, to really encourage young people early to start reading, as well as it has, for those watching, a cute little bear that goes along with it. So everybody, between reading and increasing, because I was a ravenous reader as a child, increasing your reading ability and the diverse reading, as well as diverse peoples, as well as the enjoyment of a cute stuffed animal as well.
That's true. So, Julia, tell us what is your future project? What is your
Well,
next
what I'm working on right now, I am in the rewrite phases of, okay, so you can tell I like all the creative process. So I've got something a little bit for everyone. And so what I'm working on currently now is the rewrites of a 3-book series called The Men of Roberts Junction. It is, I wanted to write from a man's point of view, with male main characters. I do have a Christian fiction, Women of the Fellowship, that is a women's series from the woman's point of view, of course, looking for love. But then The Men of Roberts Junction is told, it's adult fiction, told from the man's point of view, of still looking for love, striving for that whole piece of what actually that looks like. So it's a 3-part series. Part 1, of course, is Hank. Part 2 is Dwayne, who are best friends. And then book 3 is Xavier, who is kind of a Spanish antagonist, but he is book 3, and I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, but he is an intricate part of all of their stories. So that's in the rewrite phase, as well as I am finishing writing a young adult fiction with a little romance in there too, but I'm really trying my hand even more at young adult fiction. So yeah, I'm going into new territories, expanding my literary horizons because I really want to meet the needs of multiple audiences and try my hand and hone my skills at writing. Now, business wise, I am really moving into still doing writing coaching, but moving into more business coaching because some people, especially nonfiction authors, have a story, have a message that is a movement. And so, therefore, most of the time, people love to write. Writers, I just love the writing process. But, boo, this is a business. So, the Book Business Bosses coaching is just that, to help you turn your book into a business. If you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to jump in and realize that I have a business on my hands, I have something more than just this one book to sell. I have multiple books and potential products and services, coaching, conferences, retreats, everything to turn it into a vast business. I've seen that model done. I have done it myself and look to help others do that as well.
So, as I understood, if some entrepreneur wants to share, his expertise, his field of work into book, can you help him if he's not good at writing?
If he's not good at writing, oh, I can get it out of your head. One of the things that it's a writing technique that I have done. Now I have done ghostwriting. I've ghostwritten books as well for other people. But if you have an idea in your head, I can ask the questions so that we can get a book out of your head. I have that adage as well and have that mantra of I can take it from out of your head onto Amazon. So let's have a conversation. To reach out to me, go to talkwithroyston.com. We can schedule a Zoom time depending on the time zone. Don't worry about that. I'm full time, so I can meet when you can meet. Believe you me, I'm meeting now when it is appropriate for both our time zones. So just reach out to me on my calendar or email me at bkroystonpublishing@gmail.com. I'll be happy to meet with you and let's discuss your book and get that idea from your head onto Amazon.
Great. So here is Dr. Juliya Royston, who is a business writer, I must say, who has written so many successful books, can help other people to bring their ideas into form of a book and be there on Amazon. So something more that you want to share on this platform, Julia?
Well, I really want to encourage people to not only write books that sell, but also be thinking about their legacy. What legacy do they want to leave on this earth even after they're gone on? There are stories and things that have happened for the next generation. Life is very, very short. So we don't have, the younger generation doesn't have 20 or 30 years to get it right. They don't have a lot of opportunity to fail and try. I mean, they're going to do that, but they need breadcrumbs. They need someone to lead them. So if you're an industry expert in a specific area, engineering, math, science, literature, whatever that is, be sure and leave something as a breadcrumb for someone else. Success leaves clues. And as an expert, you should strive to do that. And I know many people say nobody's interested in what I have to say. No one, but you don't know that yet. And you have worked, you have been in business, you have been successful at even parenting for 30 or 40 or 50 years. And there's someone who is struggling with the beginning stages of that same operation. They need help, they need tools. They need even your failures. They need your successes too, but they need to know what didn't work and what failed. So, leaving a legacy of your writings that is available to help someone else, to be a guide to someone else, and also leave your own stamp on this earth even after you've gone is really critical. So, I really encourage people to be able to do that, even if for the next generations, so they know about their great grandparents and their ancestors who went on before them.
Thank you so much, Julia. That's a great insight for the younger generation also. Uh,
Most definitely.
yeah. So it was nice to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored and privileged. Thank you so much. You
Same,
be blessed in all that you do. Thank you so much.
same here, same feeling here. We are honored, and it's a great feel to meet someone who is 12, almost 12 hours apart. So it's almost the other part of the world, and to be able
Yes.
to find time, it must be early morning for you, and it's almost going to be night time for me. Almost, in next 2 hours, I will go to bed. Just have my
I understand. I
yeah,
clearly do. And believe you me, I have late nights events as well, but it's always a privilege and always
yeah.
a pleasure to be able to talk about the work that I do, but to really encourage people. You can do it too. It's just not, as they say, it's just not about me. It's about you too and others that can do it too.
Thank you so much once again. So I'm
Thank
closing
you.
this meeting here.
I
And it
know
will
it's a
take
blessing.
2 to 3 days to send the link of the videos.
Sure. Oh, most definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate it and I will definitely share it.